Last time on the Playthroughs of Despair, we investigated the unidentified victim's model, learning a lot about what happened to them and who Mukuro Ikusaba is. All for reasons that will all make sense soon. Was? Who Mukuro Ikusaba was? I don't know, it's gonna get really weird today. We also found out about the knife being used, that one of the chickens was, we think, being used in something cultish, that the fragment was a bomb fragment like the one in Monokuma at the gym, and of course, we found out that Mukuro Ikusaba is the ultimate soldier and a former member of the Fenrir mercenary group. Fenrir, of course, being a wolf in Norse mythology who might as well be a god of destruction. And a despair. And Monokuma indirectly confirms that Mukuro Ikusaba is a student in this school. And he tells us that Kyoko wears gloves because she has a bunch of scars on her hands. Most, if not all of it, will come into play during the 5th trial. This time, on the Playthroughs of Despair. You know? It's funny. I'm almost finished with the game, and yet I feel nothing. Like an weird, uncomfortable kind of nothing. And any second now, a video game therapist, my video game therapist August, will show up and he learns about the 5th trial in Danganronpa Happy Havoc. It's funny. It seems like yesterday I was doing exactly that for the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th trial. Well, I guess I might as well play the same video game for the umpteenth time. There he is. Yep, come on, chop chop. I don't want to deal with this any longer than you do. Well, you know, August, this time I was thinking we could do something different. That being, okay, so, you know how I'm usually explaining the trials to you? Yeah. Well, I was thinking this time instead of just explaining how they went, you could watch a video where I'm doing the exact same thing. And so why is that different enough to warrant actually doing it? So, that way the initial shock was off of me? I don't know, I just wanted to try something different for once. Right. Either way, chop chop. Evening gamers, I started my godforsaken playthrough of Danganronpa Happy Havoc in 2022. It is 2026 now. This game takes a fucking day to beat. Despite my sluggish snail's pacing in completing this game, that doesn't mean the ball isn't slowly rolling, as today, I will be recounting the 5th trial to answer the question of who the masked person really is, and does Kyoko have some hidden involvement in this? But between you and me, the answer to both of those questions have a ton of confusing twists and turns, each of which I'll explain to the best of my ability. But of course, before we can even get into the trial, there is the lead up to its beginning, which took 50 minutes for us to get to. Why does it take so long to play video games? God! Okay, enough stalling. A lot happened. A lot happened in between the last episode and now.
Hold on, I'm trying to do Wordle. I don't know how to think of words.
We're already on Wordle? Awesome! I already did it, but like, I still want to see.
I realized Pride the Chicken was the one that went missing.
What words did you already got?
I'm gonna be frank. I'm gonna be entirely frank here. I watched the trial episode to remember what the fuck happened. I still don't have any strong theories.
I don't know, it's been a while since last recording.
No, I should pull up a walkthrough.
Really remember.
Yeah, you probably should.
What trial is this? Look, dude.
What trial is this? Like, it doesn't say what chapter we're on, like, right up down in the top left.
So, how you're feeling about the trial right now where you don't have any leads? That's normal for this trial.
Well, it's not that
This is
I
going to
don't...
be an interesting one.
Well, it's not that I don't have
Yeah,
any
honestly.
leads, it's just that all of my theories are, like, very weak.
Well, yeah, that's normal for this trial.
Mm.
That'll happen.
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, ultimate soldier. Scratch that. The ultimate despair. Whoa, Byakuya and Makoto showed up together with a Wendy's bag, or no, Burger King bag. Oh, what the heck have you two been? You just disappeared without a
Burger
word.
King.
You went to Burger King. We were investigating, of course. How could you not figure that out by this point? Makoto's ain't tight enough for you guys to go off together, just the two of you.
Burger
Yeah.
King.
Yeah.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut the fuck up!
Yeah, you know what?
It's been 14 minutes.
Me and Byakuya, we made up over Burger King, and now we're holding hands.
You two
We're
might
like, you
have.
know, and like
They're on a bro
Loki,
date.
Loki, we might like go out.
What are you, jealous?
Me and my homie.
Oh, are you making up some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself? Stop talking, embrace yourselves, he'll be here any second. When I imagined what was about to happen, I immediately tensed up and prepared myself. But we stood there for 5 full minutes waiting for something weird to happen. Like a Burger King bag falling out of the sky! And in 5 minutes it became 10.
My Burger King's cold.
What's going on here? Why hasn't Monokuma shown up yet? Did he die? Action?
I hope.
I'm thinking ahead of Higashihiro. That's not a good sign. What should we do? Should we keep waiting here or... You're late! You're late! We were on time and you were late.
I say we beat him with the Burger King bag.
Oh, what?
Can you DoorDash to
In
the school?
We DoorDash to the school? I don't think we can. Jesus.
I want a Baja Blast.
I scare you. I demand an explanation. Why did you waste my time and why did you make me wait like that?
Oh, calm down.
I threw up in my mouth.
You okay, buddy?
No.
The side of him?
No. Oh god. What's happening to me?
Are you okay?
I don't know.
I thought I was gonna be the dead one by the end of the episode, but I think it's you.
What, I made you wait? You've got it all back with Jordan one's making me wait, huh? I'm waiting for everyone to arrive.
Oh yeah!
Kyoko wasn't dead! Kyoko wasn't dead! Anyone there no sweep!
Hey, what's up?
Anyone there no
Everyone has
sweep!
arrived.
The antipsychotics aren't working. Anyways.
I'm waiting for everyone to arrive! I'm waiting for everyone to arrive! So we can't talk until everyone's here now, okay?
Are you okay? Kyoko was in there, huh?
Even the voices inside your head are
Everyone
concerned for you.
is here. We've all been waiting for you.
Petition for Daniel to be the next Monokuma voice actor.
I would be a good Monokuma voice actor.
Yeah, you can really channel that inner psychoticness.
That inner Monokuma.
But I've been waiting 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punish one making us all wait, right? If we all agree, it's a violation. All reigns of punishment, right? If it's me waiting for, I'm here. Enter from the red ominous door.
It's Grimace.
Oh my god.
Come in at a whopping 5'7", 170 pounds. August, bro.
Oh my god, no.
When we hold that voice, we're all spun around to look.
Thank God. Our
Why
stage
can't
is-
I feel, weirdly enough, backgrounded to reality, and I don't know why.
relief.
It's because of Kyoko.
I'm here, and no rule's been broken. Kyoko, you're still alive. Oh, that's
I
a
hope so.
ghost. It's a ghost.
Oh my God.
It's a ghost.
Okay, I agree with her.
If you want to fight, do it at the class trial. You need to save some of the fun for later, right? But is it okay that there's no particular penalty for being late? A light slap on the wrist. I made it here just fine. What school regulation did I violate?
But if you're Byakuya, you get a full beat down.
They're so selfish, so spoiled, so purple. You're right, there's no penalty officially, but I bet you'll be sorry later. No, I'll make sure you're sorry later. Anyway, hustle your butts onto the elevator. I'll be one step ahead of you.
Okay.
When Monokuma was gone, we all rushed up to Kyoko. Kyoko, you really didn't die. Of course I didn't die. Thank God, I'm so glad you're okay. Perhaps, but that's not necessarily a good thing for us. He's right, now I gotta deal with the ghost! I told you, stop talking.
Let's go.
Quickly, to the elevator. My hand's like really tingly.
Are you okay?
No,
It's the ghost.
it's not Kyoko.
It's the ghost of Kyoko's past.
Without ever looking directly at Kyoko, Byakuya stepped into the elevator. Who knows what might happen to us if we take too long. I'll be happy when this trial is over. One after another, everyone piled onto the elevator, but I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Kyoko before the trial started. What the fuck was now?
He's just tweaking. Your Burger King's cold.
We got everybody voting, and you're 10 minutes late, and it's cold, and I might have eaten half of it. Listen, before we get started, I have to ask you, where have you been this whole time? You used that key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you? So?
Correct.
I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms. The second floor? Not any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that. I had no idea a body had been discovered. Yeah, I feel like it might be somebody. And what did you find out? Just now, I finished my search and came back down just in time to hear the class trial announcement. I took some time to go over the crime scene post. I can't go to a trial completely uninformed, can I? No. No, you absolutely cannot. I did not trust anything about Byakuya or even myself for like one single second. So that's why you were late.
However,
Sorry, I kept your old rating. Apology not accepted. Shame, 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 shame. But if you're on the second floor of the dorms, then that's what the key you found goes to.
wrong.
I just now realized nobody's been up there, at least until now. Actually, to be precise, quite not.
In other
Not quite.
words,
I used Monokuma's secret tool which can open any lock in the school. What?
What the hell is that?
I don't know, I got
Wow.
it. I got it. Wait, hold on, this is definitely coming into play later.
Wait. So are we just gonna like snitch on like Kyoko?
She didn't do
Later
anything
on?
wrong.
No, I mean,
This is so that we
Maybe.
can like defend her and say that she didn't kill the
yeah,
Oh, okay,
Suspect?
that makes sense.
yeah.
victim.
I'm a little concerned about what the second floor of the dorms would look like.
Not
Will
the
it be
broken
another
one.
barbecue?
That's what I'm thinking. That's honestly what I'm thinking. Hey, what are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma. We can go over all the details after we get through the trial, okay, Makoto? Right now, I just want to focus on surviving our current situation. Because this is probably the single most crucial moment for me so far. Oh, that's a strange way to put it. I mean, to be fair, I'd say it's crucial for everybody. Especially her. Well, if that's all, seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way to the elevator. I'm just overthinking what she said and what one of my voices said, right? Genuinely, I feel like Mukuro Ikusaba will come into the play here. An insane hypothetical, we will have to pick her, assuming she isn't dead. Granted, I don't know, that body got blown the fuck up. I know exactly who I need to help get me through this. It's a very good thing I pulled a few favors.
Oh my god.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Oh, welcome to Danganronpa. Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier, and welcome to. Ah!
Whoa.
That's execution! That's execution!
Wow.
We haven't even started yet. It's been like 40 minutes.
It's been nearly a quarter to.
Markiplier, I love you.
Okay, we need to start the trial.
We've been here for 41 minutes. Being the last one left, I stepped into the elevator. This time, the clunking was loud enough to hurt my ears, and the dread began to consume me once more. I can't imagine ever get used to the mental pressure that comes with preparing for an execution. If there is gonna be one. In that dusty darkness, nobody said a word.
We're gonna kill you.
We just stood there, silent, still, after an immeasurable period of time. The Doors open without a warning. I'm actually really excited to see what the background is gonna be. Like the wallpaper.
Markiplier.
What if, dude, it'd be so...
Stop thinking of funny things. I don't know what my problem is.
Ultimate producer and the ultimate comedian. Dazzling light penetrated every depth of my eyes. I woke up on an operating table, covered in a bunch of wires.
What?
Oh, but it wasn't the illuminating light of hope.
It's gone.
It was the blinding light of despair.
Damn it.
And I'm all like, hello, despair, hi!
It's just like a cat.
My
It's a cat with a very
named
unfortunate name.
Despair.
My cat's name is the Blinding Light of Despair.
Yeah.
I just call
Short
him
for
BL
Adam.
for sh-
BL.
B.O.
Hmm.
I like that. I know what I'm naming a cat. I don't have a cat,
No.
and I'm allergic, but I know what I'm doing. What the hell is
How-
that?
I don't think that's a very good name.
What the hell is that?
Ew, I don't like it, Monokuma. Ew.
I'm
Monokuma.
burning this place down.
I've been waiting for this. I feel like it's been forever since we got together like this. Like a month. The time for pointless jokes and jabs has passed. Let's get on with the show. And so, the coin opened for the 5th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly... I'm actually getting very warm. I'm gonna take this jacket off. I don't know...
Did no one say anything about the ugly background? Like, are we just gonna ignore it? Like,
I feel like with the stakes in mind, the fucking wallpaper is like the least of their concerns.
but it's like eye bleeding. You know, I'm not debating my life in front of missing textures.
You know, maybe death is good if this is the last thing I get to look at. A deadly riddle, a deadly fact, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, I'm very foresee. A deadly class trial. Memories float back. Kyoko is gone and gay. She calls us gay, and she's gay too? How curious, how queer. And a mysterious nice body appears. Friends holding them all together begin to spin around and twine into one. And Makoto's gay. Okay, so I have literally every single one I could need selected.
Okay.
All rise. Hold on. God, the background is so ugly, Monokuma. Change it. Now, obviously, we all know how the trial works by now. Yap, drama, a vote for someone who did the thing, get it wrong, die, get it right, live. But there's actually one weird thing about this trial. Not only is Kyoko's absence going to play a future role, but at the same time, we can get new truth bullets as the trial goes on. And this trial is fucking weird. As Byakuya says, we need to start clarifying who the unidentified victim is/was. Yashihiro thinks it's Kyoko, which is just dead wrong, but he still thinks Kyoko is a ghost, and she's not. I should know, she isn't haunting my pair of gloves. I checked. Yashihiro's explanation for Kyoko not looking like a ghost is that she is, apparently, the latest evolution in ghost technology. Which is very silly, even for Yashihiro to believe. So this means we have to, right now, prove Kyoko isn't dead. And there's a very easy way of doing that. Or gloves! But of course, not everyone knows why Kyoko wears those gloves of hers. So Byakuya fibs, recounting the time Monokuma told him, Makoto, me, the voices, and anyone who cared enough to watch episode 27 up to that point, thanks for that by the way, the reason why Kyoko wears those gloves of hers. And in case you can't recall, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves. Yashihiro still isn't convinced, throwing out a theory that they wore gloves, but they got burnt up in the explosion. You know, I'm not saying it's a bad theory, but here we can see an image of the body pre-explosion, and it didn't have any gloves on then. Thankfully, there was one very red reason as to why Kyoko isn't dead. So Yashihiro thinks Kyoko is a ghost, which is impossible. Yashihiro demands proof that she isn't dead, causing him to bring up that the dead body wasn't wearing any gloves. He claims they got burnt up in the explosion because the corpse is definitely Kyoko. Yashihiro Hagakure is a very bad comic relief character, and it is very amazing that he hasn't been crushed to death by a giant crystal ball by now. Obviously to everyone else, the fake nails on the body prove that it isn't Kyoko. Not only would wearing gloves over comically large nails be a pain to do, but Kyoko's secretive. Why would she wear fake nails if she was just gonna hide them? It just doesn't track with her character. Yashihiro claims women are complicated, to the disgust of everyone.
I'm gonna stalk him.
Kyoko responds that her gloves are custom made to fit the size of her hands to make sure they don't interfere with her daily life. Her words, not mine. and that if she wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly, which thankfully clears her from the accusations of being dead, which was obvious. And after nearly getting poisoned by one of my bosses with cyanide,
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Yeah, you're right,
so
Byakuya.
Who's the real victim?
Oh my
First,
god.
we need to
We
figure
did all
that
that for
out.
nothing.
I'm not surprised. The amount of times we've... Fuck me, oh my god, I'm being poisoned. Oh my god, oh my god.
Sorry, dog.
Okay.
That cyanide was too fun to put in your drink. I couldn't help myself.
We can finally begin figuring out who the body actually belonged to. So we have to find out who the hell actually died. We can't analyze the faces that were scorched beyond recognition, and no identification was mentioned in the Monokuma file, meaning that we can't identify the body if it wasn't for the tattoo on the body's right hand. And Makoto brings up that very clue, and Aoi mentions that the design is pretty strange, wondering if it's a dog, and Toko,
Her master must have made her get it to be like.
I hate
What?
everyone here.
What just happened? Why'd she say that?
ew. Basically, everyone now knows that the identity of the victim is within that tattoo. And after then selecting Mukuro Ikusaba's profile, Makoto brings up the Fenrir mercenary group, the military group that Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to. Byakuya adds on that each member that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on the body, and need I remind you, Fenrir is represented by a wolf, and we revealed that to the others after the most pointless Hangman's Gambit ever. The image that represents Fenrir is a nice... hold on. I don't want to do a Hangman's Gambit, I want to get a gif of an Uma Musume horse. I wonder what it could be! I was gonna get the one with the bangs. I was gonna get the one with the
Put your
bangs.
cursor over the one letter you needed.
It was in the fucking center of my screen.
That is the stupidest thing. I think you can't. I think you can't get two letters.
They can all let
Maybe
you get
it's
the phone record! Here I come!
Maybe me can't get two letter. Kickman, ooga boonga.
Batoka brings up that Fenrir is a wolf of Ragnarok, that is from Norse mythology, is a huge world-ending wolf beast, and that he's the child from the god Loki and a giant lady. Hell yeah. God. And as Hashihiro puts it, this is one of the only few times we see Toka's ultimate in action. And the body in this school has a wolf tattoo, meaning that at one point, the person must have belonged to the mercenary group. Meaning the only person it could have been was Mukuro. No Kyoko, no Makoto, no Celeste 2018, only Mukuro. And everyone is justifiably shocked by this. Aoi brings up that everyone thought that Mukuro was the one behind all of this, but Monokuma chimes in that she's right. Now the main objective is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba, even though literally none of us have any connection to her at all. No one has any real motive to murder a stranger, except Genocide Jill, but Mukuro is a goal, so the math doesn't really check out. And Toko is justifiably confused by this, asking for clarification that the mastermind is dead, and that we have to have a class trial for a stranger. But no! Instead, Byakuya says that it means that we were all wrong in thinking Mukuro was the mastermind at all. Aoi picks up that having the Ultimate Despair as a title is pretty mastermindy, but Byakuya entertains the idea that we shouldn't even have been viewing her as the Ultimate Despair in the first place. Kyoko. Recall back to when Byakuya was looking at Mukuro's profile. He didn't see anything that would fit a description like that. And while he is right that Mukuro was the ultimate soldier, she's in a group full of warmongers. Who knows? Maybe the both can coexist in a mutualism, commensalism relationship. I don't know. Anyways, Byakuya recalls that the only reason why we all thought Mukuro Ikusaba was the ultimate despair was because Kyoko told Makoto that all the way back when. Now the question that remains is, who the fuck was Mukuro Ikusaba? She's been gone for the entire duration of this fuck-ass game, and when she finally shows up, she's dead! Toko chimes in, however, mentioning that whenever an important character dies, it has a lot more detail than meets the eye. Byakuya, however, regained his very teeny tiny smaller than an ant ego, saying that that means that Toko is saying Mukuro Ikusaba is just another participant. So now we have a new question. If Mukuro Ikusaba is not the mastermind, then who is? Toko comes to the conclusion that it must have been the headmaster of this godforsaken school. But Kyoko brings up that the headmaster had nothing to do with it. Byakuya claps back, however, asking how can we trust that when whole information about Mukuro was wrong, but she says that it wasn't wrong. To stop personnel combined IQ of 0.1, Monokuma says that figuring out who killed Mukuro Ikusaba is the most important thing on our plate, meaning that we'll have to put the identity of the mastermind on the back burner. But Byakuya threatens Kyoko by saying that no matter what, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it. Again, Monokuma sets the record straight by saying that we're having a trial because somebody fucking died. God! If I was Monokuma, I would have just bound and gagged Byakuya, because he's worthless and ultimately nothing. And he's an asshole. However, Byakuya does ask if that means that the victim and culprit are part of the student body, and after I accuse him of having dementia, I swear to fucking God, do you have dementia?
I'm gonna bite of 87 him.
You have dementia, Byakuya. Because why would we have a trial in the first place if Mukuro wasn't a part of the student body? Aoi asks if that means that one of us killed Mukuro. Yashihiro isn't taken aback, entertaining the possibility of a 17th student hiding among us. Oh my god, these idiots are so stupid! No! There were only 16! Meaning that maybe one of us killed Mukuro. Byakuya then brings up that we don't need to panic as we already have our list of suspects. What? Why are you looking at me like that? It's Byakuya. Obviously, he thinks it's Makoto and Kyoko. And why would he be wrong if you ignore every other time he's been wrong? But Byakuya explains himself. After midnight, Byakuya went to the garden, confirming that there was nobody there, meaning that the murder took place sometime after he left the garden. However, Yashihiro, Toko, Aoi, and Byakuya were in the gym the entire time the murder could have taken place, to Kyoko's surprise. As the four were trying to dismantle Monokuma and were very careful to not go anywhere alone, they even went into the bathroom in pairs, meaning that everyone besides Makoto and Kyoko have alibis, which is how he was able to narrow down the list of suspects. Makoto, however, wants to say something about the whole alibi thing, mainly just wanting to get a better idea of what time the murder took place, much to Byakuya's dismay. Both Yashihiro and Byakuya can confirm a body wasn't in the garden sometime around 10 PM, meaning that the murder took place after 10 PM. So the time frame for the murder is somewhere between 10 PM to 9 AM, or maybe 7:40 AM to 9 AM. Makoto points out that we first discovered the body at 9 AM when Toko went to go get the pickaxe, so everyone is on the same page. It was somewhere between 10 PM and 9 AM, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi as he was asleep before nighttime, but he met up with everyone before 9 AM. He had ran into Aoi at the dining hall at 7:40, meaning that from 10 PM to 7:30 AM, Makoto has no alibi, meaning now, Makoto has to prove the murder didn't happen during the time he didn't have an alibi. So he has to make it as clear as day when the body ended up in the garden. So the murder took place somewhere between 10 AM to 9 AM, meaning that in between those 11 hours, more specifically 11 PM to 7:30 AM, Makoto has no alibi. Which, Byakuya is right, that's a lot of time to do anything, like murder. If it wasn't for the sprinklers. You see, the garden has sprinklers in it. Sprinklers set to go off every 7:40 AM, meaning that if the body was in the garden prior to 7:40 AM, it should have been soaking wet. Sopping wet, even. Toko, however, thinks the body was affected by the sprinklers, thinking that the water from when we put out the burning corpse was from the sprinklers, which isn't the case, but I can't blame Toko for coming to that conclusion. Need I remind you, white girl go flying. But Toko does not believe this at all, even though she was there before the body blew up. So time for a bullet time battle, I guess? God, they're better as a climax. Thankfully, the bullet time battle went very well, despite the last try having been in 2024. So a year gap in between trials, much to my shock. Makoto asked Crazy Type Lady to remember what the body was like after the explosion, and she'll remember why it wasn't the sprinklers. The top was wet, but the bottom was drier than the desert. As I said, the top was red because it wasn't fire, and Makoto put it out with water. And after Makoto explains this to Toko, she finally gets why the sprinklers didn't get the body wet. But because the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, that means the murder took place in between 7:40 AM to 9:30 AM, and not 10 PM to 9:30 AM. But because of that tiny time frame, Makoto has proven himself innocent from the murder. But not Kyoko. And after Makoto possibly slipping into a mental breakdown where his mind is spinning and swimming, Kyoko speaks up and says that if we vote for her, and if she dies here, that the mystery of the school will stay hidden forever. Whatever the hell that means. She said.
You're gay.
The mystery of this school will stay hidden forever.
Shut up.
Is it possible to take one of your voices back in the garage and like shoot them?
Byakuya is asking if she's saying that she isn't the culprit. She replies, "Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone." You know, what any sane person who doesn't need to be massively humbled would think. Kyoko then mentions that all of this is actually a trap the mastermind has laid out for us. Monokuma laughs with his hellishly high-pitched voice, saying that she is just now deciding to blame him for everything this deep into the game. To quote that fucking Bail, "Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?" Byakuya then thankfully silences him, before then saying that Kyoko apparently does have a reason to kill Mukuro Ikusaba. That reason being that Kyoko thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair, the mastermind behind everything, and that Kyoko killed Mukuro to put a stop to all of this. But he claims that Kyoko made one catastrophic mistake, that being that Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. You know, like, I'm just saying, if it was what besides Byakuya Kogami leading this trial, I would be more invested. And so he claims that as a result, we were forced into another trial, which is something Kyoko wasn't expecting. Like, she wasn't fucking here for the forceful trials. Fuck this fucking Wright boy. I'm going to draw him pregnant. And gay. Somehow Byakuya has made everyone think that Kyoko is the murderer again. But then Kyoko throws Makoto under the bus, saying that Makoto's explanation for why he isn't the murderer still isn't sufficient. Kyoko agrees that the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but she says that that doesn't mean the murder happened when she said it did. Which, she isn't wrong. The Monokuma file says the runes on the body were several days old, but Kyoko's reasoning is that the body could have avoided getting wet altogether. The thing that makes all of that possible, of course, is the top. Kyoko is saying that the killer covered the body with the top to take care of the water. He's saying that only one side of the top, the side that got covered in water, got dirty, while the side that faced the body stayed clean. And looking back on it, that makes zero sense, as if the body was on the door, then how could have the entire top gotten dirty? The side that got dirty would be realistically facing the door. I don't know, Danganronpa and I are weird. But Kyoko's saying that this is proof that the killer used the top to keep the body from getting soaked. Byakuya asks why the killer would go through all of the effort to keep the body from getting red. Kyoko responds that it's most likely so the killer could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place, because of course, water is the clue to all murders. But in other words, the killer did all of that just to create an excuse, exactly like what Makoto gave. Makoto is back to having a mental breakdown, wondering why Kyoko wants to make him look like the killer, then wondering that if the top was used how Kyoko said, it must have touched the body. He then decides he has to refute what Kyoko said, because you know, his life is on the line. To recap, by covering the body with the top, the killer prevented it from getting wet. So the top was only dirty from one side because the sprinklers got the side pointing up wet. And dirty. Somehow. But the underside of the top was completely spotless despite the giant blood stain on the center of the body's torso. Something I eventually realized. Yashihiro's reasoning that the side that was dry was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty. After taking a look at the transcript, yes, it took me until the 28th episode to reutilize the transcript, we came to the conclusion that the fact it's dirty doesn't make sense, because that's not how water or dirt works. These idiots! We need the ultimate botanist to haunt them all. Makoto brings up one side being clean is pretty strange. Here's the thing. Hello the thing. Blood in the body wasn't dry before it got blown up. Even Byakuya said not to touch it so no one got any blood on them. If you were to put a top on anybody in that state, the top would have gotten some blood on it. Yashihiro throws out a theory that the killers washed the top so no one knew to use it, but again, only one side was dry. Washing one side would have hid nothing. Kyoko then asks the question of if the blood in the body was meant to be a kind of camouflage, theorizing that the killer used the top to avoid the sprinklers, then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim. Toku is confused by this theory, wondering we would have gotten blood like that, like we learned nothing from the third trial. Yashihiro thankfully did, pointing out they could have gotten some of the blood from the nurse's office, but Kyoko says that that isn't what happened this time, saying that the killer got the blood right in the garden, and it's here where I realized that one of the chickens might have been used for this godforsaken crime.
The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
What?
Did Practice Chicken die?
Oh my god! Wait, I
The
forgot about this
chicken is
part.
important. Oh my god, we wrote
Yes,
that down too. We
I'm
wrote
gonna
that
beat you
down.
up! I'm gonna beat you up! I'm gonna
Wait,
beat
they
you
killed
up!
the chicken.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! Wait, Diego,
Man, I knew that
you
rotisserie
said
chicken tasted fresh.
that because of the cult, they might have sacrificed one of the chickens. Because that stuff like wholesome stuff too.
Shush.
Diego, this is your fucking thing you said! Don't shush me! This is coming out of your mouth!
Oh, shush.
Monokuma, can I have the giant hammer, please? I need to beat Diego into the wall! Yes, Diego was right. Before the mortal, there were 5 chickens, but after, there were 4. And after a threat to avenge a motherfucking chicken, Yashihiro basically says what we're all thinking. It's messed up. Like everything prior wasn't also messed up. Kyoko wonders if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around, and since the chicken is missing, she has a basis for her theory. For chance, says what's his name with the yellow cheesehair. One thing is so unclear to him despite his glasses being clear. Kyoko said the culprit used the top to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, but in that case, the blood should have soaked into the ground and around the body. Not the dumbest assumption to make blood is a liquid even if it is pink like strawberry lemonade. And as seen here, the only thing that has blood on it was the victim's clothing, which is strange. But as I said, does he not know that clothes are made of fabric that can absorb liquids like blood? Kyoko agrees that it is strange, but before anybody crashes out, she theorizes that the blood was applied to the coat and not the body. She then asks if the body was wearing the coat like how anyone would. No. No, it was not. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms were in the sleeves, and as the other voice said, it was laid on top of the body. And that settles it, but Allie is justifiably confused. So to clarify, the murder took place before the sprinklers went off, but the body wasn't wet as the killer covered it with the tarp. Later, as the killer gathered the tarp, they put the coat over the body. The coat was already covered in blood. All of this is a cover-up when the murder actually took place, as the murderer wanted everyone to think the murder happened after 7:30 AM, when the sprinklers turned on. I forgot to record 2 paragraphs for the next chapter, so if I look a little different or sound a little different, that's probably why. If that's actually what happened, it becomes to Kopiakia possible that the murder happened earlier. Aoi then wonders if the murderer went back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off, which isn't difficult. The coat was ready, so they grabbed the tarp and pulled the coat over the body. Kyoko then asked Aoi if her and Makoto stayed together after meeting in the dining hall, which they didn't. Aoi went back to the gym and Makoto showed up later, meaning Makoto had plenty of time to spare, meaning we are back at square one. Everyone still thinks if it was Makoto or Kyoko. Which is possible, but oh, the fucking progress gone. I hate this game. In times of despair, writing the wave of life is all that can be done, as all of that actually gave us a new truth bullet: the disguised dead body. Now back to square one, it's either Makoto or Kyoko. Thankfully, Aoi remembered something super serious, and out of everything, she remembered the knife, the same one in the body of the victim, and the one that was given to us. This game is testing my fucking limits. Kyoko points out it's the knife they gave to Makoto. White boy is nervousness. Other white boy says the false white boy must have noticed earlier, asking why he hid that fact. Look, I don't want to entertain this anymore. We aren't going anywhere. We're going in circles. Makoto says it's not that he hid it, before recalling that fucked up dream he had. Back in reality, Yashihiro says that it's very, very sushi like Among Us, imposter from Among Us, yes it is me imposter. And now he's convinced Makoto did it because of the knife. Don't let December do jury duty. Yeah, you get the idea. Makoto still tries to convince everyone he didn't do it. Fuck this game. So you get the idea. The knife we found in the dead body is the exact same one we gave to Makoto, but not the one I had with me IRL. And it seems like just because it was the knife that Makoto had, that seals it. Makoto fucking killed someone. But he questioned the logic that just because he had it once, that means he's the killer. But Yashihiro claps back, saying that getting stabbed is what killed Mukuro, right? But we don't know what killed her! Quite literally, no, that's wrong. Everyone is basically assuming that because the blood is where the knife is, that the knife is the mortal weapon, but the victim never wore the bloodstained coat until after they were dead. So what? Yashihiro asked. Well, when the body was discovered, the knife was thrust through the coat, meaning that Mukuro wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on. She was already dead by then. But what killed her, you ask? Well, the Monokuma file said it. It's another fucking blunt force trauma death. Makes it like the 5th one. Yashihiro quickly tries to justify his logic by saying that Makoto stabbed her twice, once to kill her and once to cover it up. But that's wrong. The Monokuma file says that only one single stab happened. One stab. Uno. How Yashihiro forgot that is beyond me. Basically, this means that even a knife is another piece of camouflage headed by the true killer. The killer probably stabbing Mukuro to draw attention away from what actually killed her. Same thing when the body exploded. And the explosion severely damaged the body, meaning it's basically impossible to know what really killed Mukuro like the Monokuma file doesn't say it. To lay it down flat, the only reason the killer is doing any of this was to destroy all the evidence of the crime! Like a coward. Byakuya reasons that the killer wanted us to notice the stab wound and then exploded the body. That the killer was meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause and destroy anything and everything proving otherwise. Aoi then asked a question, that being what the deal with the explosion was, and why it just happened all of a sudden. He answered to Aoi's question being the fragment after the explosion, the same fragment they saw whenever they dismantled Monokuma. The bomb fragment. Basically, the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb. Byakuya says that the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife room to look fair so everyone would suspect Makoto. And the only one who'd benefit from this is the mastermind, Kyoko. I fucking hate this game. Makoto stops Byakuya in his tracks, saying that we don't really know what killed the victim in the first place. So even though we know the cause of death, they don't. So now we're gonna find out how a metal pipe can be a funny meme and a deadly weapon. Just ignore the fact it's gonna be revealed eventually that it's not a metal pipe. So, to continue this debacle, we don't know what killed Mukuro. The explosion didn't kill her, neither did the knife, as she was already dead when she was stabbed and when the bomb went off. But a Monokuma file said that there was evidence that she was hit on the back of the head, and that she'd suffered countless wounds across her body. Some real urban spook shit, I guess. To make it short, we absorb what Yashihiro said she was hit on the back of her head, and click on the first thing we can. All that just to continue this god-awful, stinky trial. P.U. and yuck. Makoto brings up that Mukuro died because of the blow to the back of her head that she suffered. Yashihiro then asked if the wounds all over her body had nothing to do with it, which they didn't. They weren't fresh wounds. The question now is, what was the mortal weapon? The Monokuma file says that she was hit in the back of the head with a blunt object about as thick as a metal pipe. Yasuhiro suggests a pickaxe was what was used to hit her in the head, which is very absurd as it cables Skull completely. But I see the vision! Yasuhiro clarifies that Mukuro might have been hit in the head with the handle, but Toko says that the balance would be totally off. After Toko says some weird shit, Byakuya brings up that we apparently already do know what the mortal weapon is, and as expected he calls him Makoto to review it because Byakuya does not know shit and is just hoping that we know every single thing about every single trial in this godforsaken game. But after we, not Byakuya, we do some thinking, we found out it was the titanium arrows. But Aoi feels like that's kind of weird, and I don't blame her, it is a little odd. And remember how there were 2 things in the locker we found the arrows in? Yeah, the bloody tape is playing a role now. Please laugh, this trial has been sucking the joy out of me. Obviously the titanium arrows were the mortal weapon. Aoi isn't sure about that as the Monokuma file says the mortal weapon was about as thick as a metal pipe, and she says that an arrow would be too thin, and Aoi is right! The killer used another weapon, that being the duct tape. Makoto theorizes that the killer used duct tape to bind the arrows together so they'd be about as thick as a metal pipe. As Toko puts it, it's similar to Aesop's fable of sticks. One stick is weak, but a bunch of sticks together is strong, meaning to teach cooperation. Clearly, the person who developed this is a very smart cookie. Also, I think this is trying to represent what the remaining freaks are supposed to do. Work together to get out of the school, but I don't know, I'm not a writer. It'd be really cool if I was right about that though. But now with the mortal weapon explained, Byakuya brings up that whoever the culprit is stashed her weapon in the dojo room locker, and he says the person is Kyoko. And Kyoko just lies. She says she wasn't even at the dojo, but I remember, Byakuya and I are right, she was there at least once. We even have proof. But Makoto gains gold free, I threaten to Persona 3 myself. What if I shoot myself in front of you right now?
I don't know if that's the right way to go about it.
Byakuya reminds White Boy that if Kyoko is the killer and that if Makoto protects her, then everyone dies. And then I select the dojo key so Makoto can present the key. But Kyoko asks how that proves anything. Need I remind you, we found in her room much of Kyoko's shock. And even though she could have been trying to act like she doesn't know, I don't know, I still feel like it was planted in her room. But then after a lot of yapping, Makoto says that he needs to ask Kyoko one more thing. Asking her if she was in his room, asking if why, and what she needed to do in there. Meaning now, we're finally gonna find out about the weird dream Makoto had. And she says... she was just protecting him. Much to Makoto's shock. This means that Kyoko knew Makoto was being attacked and rescued him. Meaning maybe, just maybe, she killed someone from Makoto. If that isn't romance, then I have no goddamn clue what is. Byakuya says that the verdict is close at hand, but Kyoko keeps on trying to convince the world's biggest moron that she isn't the killer. I don't have any idea why the writers of this game thought making the most unlikable character lead this chapter's investigation and trial would be a good idea. He is so fucking annoying. Kyoko claps back, saying that he should know better than anyone that she didn't do it, telling him to tell her that she's wrong. Fucking finally, Byakuya is getting thrown a curveball. Hopefully he gets thrown another, and 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 thrown another. Byakuya asks Kyoko what she means, and she means exactly what she said, that she isn't the killer, and that Byakuya should understand that more than anyone else. Byakuya is understandably confused at the prospect that there's proof that Kyoko isn't the culprit because why would he ever be wrong about anything ever? Kyoko recounts Byakuya's theory, that being that Kyoko hid the evidence in the dojo locker and left the very key to it in her room. But could she really have done that? And now that I'm saying it out loud, why would she do that? It doesn't check. If she did, she would be a lot smarter about it, I think. And after she said that, I realized... well, hear it from past me's mouth. Oh wait, she didn't have her keys stolen this time, that's right! She couldn't have gone to her bedroom because Byakuya took the keys!
Oh yeah!
Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room, because if you recall, she gave her room key to Byakuya. So, since Byakuya had the key to her room, there was no way Kyoko could have put the locker key in there. And as always, Purple Lady is not wrong. Except this time what she said isn't true. Apparently there was a clear contradiction in what Kyoko said, an obvious lie, and all of this is taking Makoto by surprise, so much so that he's even toying with the idea that Kyoko is the killer. Makoto wonders if there's some deeper meaning in what Kyoko said earlier. If you vote for me, and I die here, the mystery of the school will stay hidden forever, which is why I can't let that happen. This is a trap the Mastermind has laid out for us. And to quote myself, we still don't know what Kyoko's ultimate is. So, like, the minor mystery too, I guess. Recalling on what Kyoko said, Makoto wonders if the Mastermind is trying to trap Kyoko, but he also wonders if that's not really true. What's a white boy to do? The Mastermind's trap. The victim was Mukuro Ikusaba, and Kyoko killed her. What does Kyoko really know? What is Makoto supposed to do? Makoto is the only one who knows Kyoko is lying, and he's the only one who can expose it. Can he trust anyone anymore? If you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward. Know the danger, but if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. Was Kyoko wrong then? It is now here, the game gives us the choice to pursue Kyoko's lie, let it go, or run away and hide under the covers like a small child. And obviously, we're gonna pursue the lie. Lying is worse than murder, and Makoto realizes that and spits out the truth, that Kyoko lied. When confronted, Kyoko says that the burden of proof is on Makoto, then demanding to know what the lie is. Makoto thinks to himself that the only possible reason why Kyoko is lying is that she has some deeper truth she wants to hide. But yet, truth must come free. Kyoko says that she didn't have the keys to her room because she gave it to Byakuya, meaning that she couldn't get into her room. But when we were in Kyoko's room, how did the key get in there? Kyoko says that the only explanation is that someone other than her must have put it there. And shockingly enough, Diego is the one who realized that because Kyoko took Monokuma's secret tool, she still could have gotten into the room with him. That's the lie! Round of applause for Diego for someone not paying attention to the story. That is very impressive. Makoto says that Kyoko could have gotten into her room, and that Kyoko said it herself. I use Monokuma's secret tool which can open any lock in the school. Kyoko stole Monokuma's secret tool from the headmaster's room, the tool of course letting anyone who uses it get into any room in the school, and as the Eigo pointed out, she could have used the tool to get back into her room. The music then fades as Kyoko simply says that that's it. Ryaki is upset by the letdown report as easily admitting to... She isn't saying she killed Mukuro. Just that she lost, just like how you lost, the game. As Kyoko said, this was a trap and she wasn't able to escape it. So, he lost. Confusion is everywhere and hit everyone as Makoto wonders if Kyoko really isn't the killer. And after I crash out, time is up! Which... yeah, I guess there always has been a time limit. I don't really know, to be honest. This sorta just kind of feels like whoever's doing all of this is realizing that, yeah, maybe they might get caught if they did it. But that's ridiculous, Makoto says. We don't even know if that's Mukuro IKUSABA amongst my anxieties over what's to come soon. Monokuma says that because Kyoko was late, the trial started late and time ran out. But when Toka was late, we didn't run out of time to say, you know, think about it. So, it's time to vote for who is the Blackened. But that fucking bear says we already know who it is. It just like breaks, the like little gambling thing breaks.
Yeah, smash it, I like this computer!
Well, it's like obvious Kyoko didn't do it. I didn't do it. You didn't. Hate this fucking computer, fucking computer! Good job, you got it right. Wait, hold on. Kyoko isn't the killer, so why would she be the Blackened Monokuma? Why?
Why not?
Why not?
I told you this is a messed up chapter. This is just not. This is just angering.
They're just playing around with our heads.
Yes, they are.
Like no shit.
Yeah.
Like no shit.
You got it right, there's only Kyoko really is a killer, but something strange is going on here. There's something wrong with this whole flash trial. Kyoko.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
Oh no.
Is everyone ready? Okay, then
Let's give it everything we've got.
Oh my god, there's no way.
Time.
No way she's actually. No way. No, stop. No, something has to happen. No. There's no way she's actually gonna die.
Diego, you're an interesting character, you know that?
Shut up, Daniel, just for the game.
We have like 35 minutes left of the trial.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I don't keep track of that. I just assume.
I need to show the thing I'm talking about because it's gonna eat at me if I fucking don't. I'm thinking now Makoto is just like still in his head. This is like this part before like we go back is like in his head.
Not too sure, actually.
Have you ever played Jam or Lammy? In that game, after a certain point Lammy dies, and the game is over before the credits roll. But then someone finds Lammy and takes her to a consort, cutting the credits short and continuing the game. And that happens about 2/3 into the game. Basically, you can see how much time is left in the video, and you can see the real execution chapter. This isn't the end of the trial! But just keep all of this in the back of your mind for a quick minute.
Actually.
I'd stay in Robin, anything could happen.
Yeah.
Let's go, let's
I
go.
don't remember.
Guilty of nothing, just like the actual justice system.
Yeah, this is true. Sadly.
No, it's not Diego.
No way.
Diego. Or just kick him to the moon, please. That'd be. No, just kick him to the moon.
Oh my god, stop. This has to be fake. Stop.
Diego!
Hey, I like to go into things not knowing what happens next. I like to go into things like in what not. Okay? Just let me have this.
Oh, it's kind of like that one scene in Monsters Inc.
And I don't want to see it. I don't want you to show what you mean this time, okay?
Oh my.
Oh my god.
I'm so bored of crushing this because of Final Destination. After school lesson. That's what this one's called. Well, that implies that now at the end of the game, the Flavors of Despair is over, and bye-bye, everybody! Oh. She's not even tied up, I just realized. Is she?
Oh, can you just leave?
She's on a conveyor belt, I don't know.
She could jump up.
But then where would she go?
Not my problem. That's
Oh my
really
god,
insensitive.
stop!
Lose some.
Fart bounce of Biff saved her.
That's how the clash trial of Mukuro Ikusaba came to an end. So the window Redo Kyoko actually was in us all, regardless of truthful thoughts for reading thinking. Just stop thinking. That was the end of Mukuro's clash trial, and the end would prove to be a
This is
last
the
clash
most
trial.
cursed thing ever, by the way.
Once the kiss was over, there was never a single motor of hope speak ever again. I doubt that. We had attained peace in exchange for life. Bullshit.
Oh,
What the hell is this?
ending ever. Dude,
I
if you
hate
think
this.
They made theories or like connections. This is a terrible ending.
This is like the worst
Even if
thing
I
ever.
did believe that, there was no way I would believe this.
Oh
Shit.
my
All of their
god.
kids.
This is horrible.
Yep.
This is so uncomfortable.
Peace, but only inside the school. Peace, but only for us. That was the only hope we had. Hope, hope, hope. This is hope? No. But what if I told you that none of that was real? That Kyoko's execution wasn't real, that the aftermath of it wasn't real, and that the trial is still ongoing? Yes, for how absurd this game can get, this is not how Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc ends. If you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward. We know the danger, but if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. Makoto snaps back to reality, realizing that everything that just happened is not right. Byakuya asks him why he was sailing off into space, adding on that if he has a rebuttal to Kyoko's claim, to just say it. So the question is, does Makoto reveal Kyoko's lie or not? And after wondering what the right choice is, Makoto makes the choice to just let it go. Because there's no way she would kill someone. All of this has to do with the mastermind trap that Kyoko just mentioned. Because what would she gain from killing Mukuro Ikusaba if she's more invested in the story and mystery of Hope's Peak Academy? Nothing. Byakuya asks if Makoto is accepting Kyoko's assertion as fact, which he just stays silent as a result, leading to Byakuya saying that Makoto still refuses to accept it. Byakuya then supposing that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room, and that someone else did. But who else could it have been? Byakuya had her locker key, it could have been him. But he has the alibi that, from nighttime, he was with everyone the entire time. He couldn't have killed anyone or put the key in Kyoko's room. But someone had to put the key in there, and there's only one other possibility that Byakuya can think of. But now with even less evidence to back this insane theory of his with, someone could have had the kingdom and pretended to find the key in the room, leading everyone to think that it was Makoto, which it obviously wasn't, but Byakuya says that there isn't any other option. Makoto begs for everyone to think about it for one more time, and that there's some hidden side to this case. First, there's been something that's been off about the entire trial. This person we didn't even know existed suddenly shows up dead, and then there's a trial for them? For all we know, Mukuro never even existed in the first place, and that the dead person is just a decoy. And as Kyoko said, it's a trap! But before Makoto can explain everything to the other angle, time is, once again, up. Deja vu, anyone? Just now that Kyoko's wondering why time's up and the bear explains why. The trial is over, and while you may think that Makoto is going to get executed, just remember, the annual Daniel sweep is real. So now what do? I can't
Nothing.
vote for anybody.
I guess we can.
You let it happen.
I can't vote for anybody.
We're done with the trial now.
Wait, the trial's over?
Yep,
Yes.
trial's over.
Really?
can't
Like
vote for
that?
God damn
Yep.
it.
Like that.
God fucking damn it. Run it back. Run the episode back.
6-7.
No, run it back.
6-7.
Run it back.
Shut up. No, stop.
Now, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Monokuma, we don't even know who did it.
Hey, hold on! What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
He's so stressful.
I hate this fucking bear.
Break it!
Me?
You have
Get it
to
up.
be kidding me.
Yep, it's you.
Okay, well, bye guys.
Bye guys. I'm
I
logging
don't
off
think I'm the
forever.
killer. Sorry. All of you, Peef.
Betrayers.
It's all my fault. Oh yeah, because I. Everyone, you're wrong. You got it all wrong. I didn't do it.
Yes,
Good
indeed.
job, everyone. Good job.
Yep.
Yeah, they got it right. No, I know that's not true. None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make any sense. Because the masked person is framing this against Makoto. Why else would he be in Makoto's room? Why else did he knock us out? It makes perfect sense. It's the same as always. It's just like all the other class tries, and I'm gonna end the same way. Wait, Monokuma. I need to do the little comic manga thing.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, you didn't do that, huh?
yeah.
I forgot about
I
that.
did it, Monokuma. Then
No more
I
manga.
should know how it all actually goes. Right, Monokuma?
Thrills, chills,
It's time for
kills.
your heart-pounding, positively filling punishment. Wait, why do I... Kyoko.
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Kyoko.
I don't remember
Let's
that.
give it
What?
everything we've got. It's punishment time.
And so long this game was in the sick, I'm now realizing.
Yeah, no, if
I blame you for
think
this, Diego. You kept on egging me on.
Oh my god.
Sure, fine, it's my fault. Yep, put me in the black. Yep, I'm blackened. Yep, just put me in the chair. Let me die. I'll be the one being. I'll sacrifice myself for this goddamn forsaken game.
Never sacrifice yourself for Danganronpa.
I have no choice.
But it's the exact same thing.
Yes, it is.
Monokuma, you're on
We
original
can just hop
shit.
off. Just hop off.
Yeah, not tied up. Not tied up. What? So, even then, if I picked the other one, what was stopping Kyoko from jumping out?
Well, there's nowhere to go.
How would you know that? We only see
I've seen
the
things.
giant evil crushing machine in the sides.
Mm. He's shivering his timbers.
Let me look into my textbook. What you just study? Just study. Just like.
Like, what is that?
Oh my
Irrelevance?
God,
It's a-
what do you
why is
have
he
on-
teaching us about intercourse?
Why
What?
now? I'm about to die. Something you'll never have. Okay. Yeah. No! Oh my god!
Oh fuck! I unplugged my.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god!
You will sleep.
Oh, okay, bye.
Geronimo! Adios!
Oh, I'm gonna
Right. Oh,
Good evening, gamers. Welcome to Undertale. An RPG loved by millions. Oh? Watch out, what's going on? Hey, what was that? Oh yeah, it had to be. Alter Ego. Alter Ego? This is some stupid virus from that stupid guy. He must have planted it and he invaded me now. Damn it all to hell. I don't believe this. That seems to be... So he miscalculated from the very beginning. What was that?
In other
What I'm
words,
saying is you shouldn't have underestimated us. You gave us just enough information. You gave us just enough tools. Just enough. Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt the thing. It was a pinch. An inch. That stupid virus is gone now. Got it. So is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again.
Okay.
He raced away in a garbage strewn pit. In a way, that's an even better special punishment. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring the spirit to the rest of you. Bring the spirit to the entire world.
Oh my god.
Well, it's okay. I mean, how much worse could it possibly get? I mean, shit's already fucked. Hey, Kyoko, what's the meaning of all of this? Just what the hell is going on?
calm down.
It's okay, we're not the ones being trapped this time. Huh?
In other
Now it's
words,
Mastermind stats ensnared. What are you
did you
talking
say?
about? We're going to see him soon enough. Very soon indeed. In episode 29 of the Playthroughs of Despair. The massive high school tower zone. Over all the other buildings in this bustling urban area. Like the school stands at the center of the entire world. Yep. It brings students from all over. Hundreds of
Stop that.
Both raise hope. Hope's Peak, a fitting name. 3 things you need to attend is the ones you need to already attend is leaving the room. It's a time loop. Wake up, Makoto! Wake up! It's a different
What?
classroom.
Huh? Wait.
What? Where am I? I woke up with a body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird for me to sound off in the middle of some bone class sort of, but what was I doing in secret just now? I wasn't in class. What the heck is going on?
Are we like
Uh,
dreaming or what?
You're in the trash chute.
Finally. I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again, and then I was awake. Or was I just in? Or was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless night. No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the scent invading my nostrils was too foul for a dream. What an awful smell! I was in a vast dark cavern with the bare set of light seeping in. Passage piled high all across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of a situation to find myself in, but that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be sucker till I wasted away and die? No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remember all too well what had happened. Alter ego. Thank God. He used up the last little bit of his strength to do it. But I can't give up now, for myself and for my friend. That my pursuit of survival began. Both of us out looking for a way out of here. Had an airplane? How something like that right up down here? Is that a tank?
Are these like
This is a desk. It's probably the one that fell down here with me.
okay? Are these like
It's a rocket and a
past
tank.
executions
I
that
think
ended
so.
up in the
Probably.
trash chute?
I'd rather not think too much
Probably.
about what I'm seeing down here. The door.
I think you should.
Rattle, it's locked. I don't know how many times I push a pull to kick the lock. Getting out of here isn't gonna be that easy, but if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon, decided to look around for some food. It's fun to get food here, but it's all wrong. That was pointless too. Next I searched for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are an all-around bad idea? I feel like I'm
Daniel,
blocking
do
all
you
sides.
feel relieved?
No, that's still not
Okay.
enough reason to give up because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud
I wish I
declaration,
had that mindset.
next thing I decided to do was cry.
Cry.
Go to sleep. My sleep was deep and
Oh, never
uninterrupted.
mind.
No, wake up.
That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left. Now that it's less the sun, I can actually get a nice full night's sleep. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had passed. Not only did
You
it was sleeping
hibernated.
it was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. A crunch.
100%.
Garbage! What the? Trains now and pierced my silent isolation, drawing me awake.
Just better be food.
As I watched a pile of garbage jar transform in odd shape. Something fall down over there?
Well,
Something
yes, it's
fell
a garbage chute.
from up above. What could it have been?
Garbage.
You one of these days is gonna fall on my head.
Tiny piece of trash is falling down. I carefully stretched my hand out toward whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
Giant Kyoko, what the fuck? Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was. Kyoko, you have
Smells
something
Oh my
on
God.
my god.
Right.
Kyoko! Why though? I mean, I love to see you and all. I'm glad you're here, but why?
Helping us. Our buddies.
This place smells awful. Kyoko! You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here?
So,
Isn't it obvious I'm here to help you? Glad to hear that, Kyoko.
The key!
Yeah! Got a bit of garbage in your hair. Give her head a quick sharp shake to get rid of the trash and face
Hey.
me. Also have something for you. Food!
Thank
What the-
you!
Go ahead and eat
Oh
it. We
my
can talk once
God.
you're finished. Thank you. Snatched the bread and wanted to chew it. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way to my stomach. I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up then? Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at. That's not such a bad thing to be good at. Yeah, I mean, it could be a lot worse. You could just be you could just be riding the raves with no input about how you're moving. God, please help me. Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me? Pay a
so
debt or no to atone? Atone? I'm
you
going to trial even though you knew I was lying. You didn't say anything. You knew that I knew.
indeed.
Even though I knew, I had nothing to help you.
I
I abandoned you. Don't say that. I didn't abandon you. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. Yeah, exactly. So you're selfish, and that means I should never interact with you ever again. Get out of my sight, you fucking wench.
Okay, you want to grow up and
Jesus
die in the
Christ.
middle of the garbage chute?
Yeah.
You were trying to save me and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However,
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive no matter the cost. Why did you have to survive?
it's true.
I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive
In other words,
is that I can do what I came to this school to do. What? I made up my mind to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason. Do you have some reason coming for Hope's Peak?
indeed.
That's right, at least I did once. Once. Until recently I'd forgotten what it was. God, but that's... like what she said way back when! I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory? That's impossible! And is it really true you lost your memory?
Makoto.
You remember, Makoto. You remember what the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at the school. Yeah, we, got knocked out. You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation went into myself, a disconnect.
It would
Thinking
seem...
back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to the school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine what happened by chance. It seems too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
Indeed.
I don't think I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory!
I believe it.
Even for Danganronpa!
It's Danganronpa.
No,
They blew a body up. There's a robot bear controlling the school.
my suspension of disbelief has been so heavily challenged in chapters 4 and 5.
There's a lot more coming.
Oh, God. Why would I want to do that? There's only one reason I came up with because of my purpose, my ability, and someone would interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just sold them from me. And it
However,
could also mean some of my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind, which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
why is that?
If I did that and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always a chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What?
Correct.
Well, don't make too big of a deal. That's a possibility, you fucking idiot. Fuck you. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? Mastermind. One of us. If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memories by herself.
However,
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you were least likely to be an mastermind. That was just intuition, but I see. Intuition was right there. There's no way an ordinary could be the mastermind.
I understand.
Oh, okay.
I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
Oh my.
What?
No.
Hey, why you knowing? They played that like way earlier.
Yeah, no, I still don't get what that even means.
Yeah, I don't know why I
It's just like the dream I
replayed.
had before, but why did that just happen?
listen.
You okay? Oh yeah,
Oh.
it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey,
Even now I still trust you, it's just I'm not used to relying on others.
correct.
I know I never asked you for up to others, I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just a personality. You said you had a reason for doing all of that investigation on your own. Not that to know you would remember anything.
So,
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to call my purpose and my ability! You mentioned your ability, my ability, what everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective, I fucking knew it! The writing was very obviously on the walls, but still! It took us 3 years to find it. But it took us 3 years.
The longest playthrough.
Oh, it's fair. The reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school. I had to find someone who.
so,
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find that headmaster? Because he's my father, huh?
What?
What, in the
You're-
fucking Five Nights at Freddy's? So she has daddy issues. She has daddy issues.
Well, don't worry, Kyoko. There's a lot of characters in media that have daddy issues or any parental issues, and they're still pretty good.
I have mommy issues. Let's fix each other.
No.
Oh god.
Have fun with that.
What?
in other words,
I was separated from him as a child, and it turns out he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad is Hope's Peak's headmaster? And that explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved.
I
I don't want to
no matter
another
what.
cost.
So,
Kyoko, what's going on? My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. Makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
However,
Listen, Mukuro, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the headmaster. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect them. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. What did you see in Dale?
so...
Room had been ransacked, the shelves were a mess, the desk was jumped on the floor. The only conclusion as to someone who didn't know where anything was had been in Dale. You mean the mastermind, right? That was my assumption, yes, and to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorm. I found. But why Dale? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. This was some kind of map.
Indeed.
Layout of the entire Hope Speak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time. And I'm having the allergic reaction again.
What? Oh.
And I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, the room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. I went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room. But once I got there, I noticed the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So what was it like? That part of the school, I mean. Hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in the school is more horrific than I ever imagined. Damn. Well, the barbecue was kind of evident of that. They gave us breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So...
I can't explain. You need to see it for yourself. Is it actually a barbecue floor? Was I right? I can't explain it. You need to see for yourself. I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. Sounds like it must be important. Really ominous.
However...
Of course, once I got to the second floor of the dorm, there were cameras and monitors, which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. It has to do with Mukuro Ikusaba, doesn't it?
However...
Let's be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. No, you're right. That just means everyone but you and me has an alibi. But then who did kill her? What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. I still feel like Mukuro Ikusaba isn't dead. Maybe I'm holding on to a pipe dream at this point. But she shows up suddenly. The hand looked like a few days old.
Yeah.
So, I don't think that's Mukuro Ikusaba. Begin with, the point of the trash trial was Mukuro Ikusaba was to get me killed. I stole the key and disappeared, and in retaliation they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That's what the point of the class trial was. It was the mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. I mean, because of the school regulations.
That's right.
Exactly. With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope Speak Academy at your discretion. The mastermind is adamant about following the rules. And with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Once they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules. It makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations. Well, that makes sense. There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba. What's that? There's a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. Could have been you. No! No! I would have become the victim? Me? The person who was knocked out by the masked person? You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean...
Well, yes.
Long that night. I can hear them, you know, the footstep of the god of death. What? I can hear
What
the
the hell
god
is
of
she
death as he
talking about?
moves. The ability naturally draws me to cases just like this,
Anyway.
which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread and I looked down the stair and I saw a Wright chat across the corridor. I gave... Right, I followed it. I saw the shadow go and... I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. Intervened immediately, of course. I wasn't the end of things though. I stopped him, but that led to... Yeah. Whoever the master assailant was, they ended up dead. And the mortal that was disguised as Dojo Kiro and Myra has to be the work of the mastermind and attempt to use flashlight to eliminate me. So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro was also mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have a conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. That's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Okay, but that doesn't create
if they
another
can.
contradiction. The mastermind wanted to use their class trial to try to kill you because they couldn't intervene, right?
Correct.
Right, there was a contradiction, and it's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. What does it all mean?
other
It means
words-
that the mastermind is someone who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more and I should be able to figure out what the mastermind said anyway. Mastermind of the other... There's two of them?! There's two of them?!
Well, yes.
How many are there?
The ultimate despair. There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair and that she's dead. I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not.
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate her of a cause that event. We're talking
That's
about
right.
what happened to you, the tragedy. Rebels responsible for that. Ultimate despair?
Would seem...
That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. They'll,
Indeed.
make no mistake, they're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. So, I wanna assume that, like, the friend of the group is the ultimate despair.
Mm.
They're all, like, a bunch of, war mongrels, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are.
And so, like, war is a pretty evil thing to do, don't get me wrong, but I feel like that's what this is leading to. 100-mile dash, pain, the junkie, the end.
Oh my god.
7 still? 2 more?
Yep.
Continued.
Wow.
And I got the Dream Island Friday.
Thank you.
Oh my god. That was a lot. That felt like a lot more than normal.
It took 4 hours to get to you from whenever I pressed the record button.
Yeah.
I don't like this anymore.
It'll get better now. And we're
It'll get
almost done
better?
with the game.
Really? Like,
Oh, yes. We're like 90% done.
Yay!
Really?
We have one more trial.
One more?
one more trial.
Yes,
Oh my
There's a
god.
trial for chapter 6.
What?
There's a trial for
What
every
did we
chapter.
figure
there
out?
like-
Who
is there like-
accidentally stepped on a fucking moth?
Is there
No,
like
there's
a lot more?
trial for finding out who the mastermind is.
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I mean, obviously that's what it's supposed to be, but god damn it, dude. This fucking
Yeah, no,
game.
It just keeps getting more and more and more.
So
Yes.
like, wait.
Save.
Is there like a lot after the last trial? Or is like the last trial like very near the end?
The last trial is the last trial, and then you have like a couple lines of dialogue, and then you're done.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure. Well, I mean, you have story after that, like explaining everything, but then you're done. I think.
Finally.
There might be some like after the game's done, what do they do in the future or whatever, but you know, that's kind of all.
Howie drowned.
Oh, the ultimate swimmer drowned? That's terrible. What happened? Did she forget how to swim?
She saw a donut, but it was getting taken by a whale, so she chased a whale, but then she was trapped
No,
in the
no,
middle
no,
of
no,
the
no.
ocean, so she
It was
drowned.
a fisherman.
It was
They
a
threw a
fish.
donut out, and you're trying to fish her.
Finally. We finally did it.
Oh my god.
We're finally on the 6th chapter.
The next chapter's interesting. It's just a bunch of lore. So much
Too much
lore.
Too much lore?
I don't remember, but I think I got a little bit bored.
What do we all have to say for ourselves?
I'm putting in my 2 weeks.
No, you can't.
You can't tell me what to do.
I'm telling you what to do, and you can't put your 2 weeks in.
I'm gonna wait for like a tragedy to happen in my life to give me an excuse on why I can't come next recording session. I hope like I don't know. I hope like my school or something. No,
Anyways.
it's okay. It's okay. You're like one of Daniel's voices. You can't die like that.
Yeah, I'm not a physical being.
Yeah, you're not a
I'm like
physical
a fairy.
I don't want to die! How do you
Well,
think
that's
I
okay.
feel?
Don't worry. You're the
Yeah,
main
no.
character. You're the main character. You can't die.
Main characters
Yeah,
die
yeah.
all the time!
Well, it
Not
depends
this
on
one.
not this one.
Not. Oh,
Yeah, we wrote it.
You wrote it? So I just had a massive delusion,
Uh-oh.
basically.
Yeah.
And now that's
Yep.
reality.
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna head out
I
now.
fucking hate the Players of Despair.
Bye-bye.
Oh, goodbye. Yeah, goodbye. Bye, Daniel.
I,
Bye.
I,
God, 4 hours and 30 minutes.
So ends another episode of Players of Despair. I'm very surprised we won't like right at the finish line. I still don't think Mukuro Ikusaba is dead. And well, that's the end of the 5th, and somehow not final trial, in Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. To say I'm surprised that it feels like nothing happened is not surprising, but a lot did happen, mainly getting Eva so close to actually beating this godforsaken game, and also finding out who was responsible for all of this, and hopefully getting out of Hope's Peak Academy. If I had to describe how this trial went, it would be somehow very smooth despite the hiccups. It's also very weird to think about how we're very close to the end of the game. it looks like, finally, 2026 is gonna be the year where we end this godforsaken playthrough. Well, I don't have anything else to add about the trial, so everything's gonna work out in the end. Peace. And well, August, that was the fifth trial. Now, what do you think? I don't know, I stopped paying attention like 5 minutes into watching it. Oh. But, good for you, I guess. How long do you think it's actually going to take for you to finish the last chapter anyways? I don't know. I never tried to get this far. Right. Well, I am out of here before I actually start getting invested. Wait, why are you leaving? Don't you want to know about all of the fun twists and turns we had? Nope. And besides, I thought you said you did all of that just for the initial shock to wear off. But I also said I wanted to try something new. And what about the letter? This isn't interesting to you? No. Oh. And besides, it's just a letter. Nothing more, nothing less. But what about the investigation? The letter was really important. Real life is not video games. God. I'm on the last chapter, and August doesn't even want to talk about what that will mean. You know, it's weird. Really weird. I mean, ever since the hunting knife disappeared, I haven't felt like myself. I mean, I already haven't felt like myself for a while, but now I really don't feel like myself. I mean, just now, a pair of gloves somehow appeared in my hands, and I don't recall putting them on. Oh. Oh. Shoot. Okay. Okay, this is fine. August? Fuck. I am fucked.